What's happening, everybody? Trey here, and today, reactions to the classics. It is time for another song reaction to Bad Religion. This time, we're going to be listening to their track Sorrow, and this comes courtesy of suggestion from our patron friend at the channel, Matt. Matt, want to shout out you, man. I know you requested a Bad Religion song before. You've also requested a Thrice song. Big fan of Thrice, and I know you were roommates one time with Frank Turner as well. So Matt's a cool dude, man. Always enjoy talking to him. This was released as a single in 2001 off of the record that came out in 2002, The Process of Belief. This one is written by Brett here. So Greg takes the producing with Brett as well on this record, and Brett's writing this song. And as is the case of a lot of Bad Religion tunes, deals with the concept of God, religion, it seems, and just the concept of that. So I'm going to be interested to see where they go with this. Bad Religion always has intelligent lyrics, man, and as a Christian myself, I always like hearing what atheists and other people have to say, where they're coming from, and that opens a dialogue, man, and music can open that dialogue, which is a cool thing. So let's see what we got here. As always, I'm going to have the lyrics pulled up, going to listen and enjoy the track, and then give my reaction and thoughts afterwards. So thank you again, Matt, and let's get going.
Father, can you hear me? How have I let you down? I curse the day that I was born, and all the sorrow in this world. Let me take you to the hurting ground, where all good men are trampled down, just to settle a bet that could not be won, between a prideful father and his son. Will you guide me now, for I can see a reason for the suffering and this long misery. What if every living soul could be upright and strong? Well, then I do imagine there will be sorrow. Yeah, there will be
That classic Bad Religion chorus sound, man.
sorrow.
Call and response type of deal.
When all soldiers lay their weapons down, or when all kings and all queens relinquish their crowns, or when the only true Messiah rescues us from ourselves, it's easy to imagine there will be sorrow. Yeah, there will be sorrow, and there will be sorrow no more.
Always dig the Bad Religion guitar solos too. This one's no different. Sorrow from Bad Religion coming in hot here, and so I'll start instrumentation wise. It had some of that classic Bad Religion sound just from song reactions we've done here on the channel, with especially the chorus, very catchy. There will be, and then sorrow, almost like that. Call and response technique. It seems they utilize that a lot to great effect, especially in the headphones. It was cool how the like the response, the sorrow, sorrow, sorrow no more was coming in through that left headphone here. Enjoyed that. Had a short and sweet solo towards the end of the track too. I always enjoy whenever they let loose on the guitar work, and this song was no different. And just lyrically itself, you can tell that Brett's putting his heart on the line, raising a lot of questions here that a lot of people ask. Man, he starts off, "Father, can you hear me now? How have I let you down? I curse the day I was born and all the sorrow in this world." I know that Brett's coming from this from an atheistic perspective. This also reminds me too, just of even in the Bible, man. There's a lot of lament. There's a lot of hurt. I mean, there's a book called Lamentations, man. That doesn't read as the most encouraging type of thing you're ever gonna read. Tons of psalms, especially by David, that go through his anger, his sadness, just about the world. Just asking God, man, why did this happen, this or that, and Job as well, which I think there's a allusion to later on in the track. Brett taught, right here in this first verse, talking about just a settled bet that could not be won between a prideful father and his son. The side I'm looking at the lyrics at say that Greg Graffin noted that this is a reference to the book of Job. The father in this line is God, and his, quote, son is Satan, since God created Satan. In the book of Job, Satan comes and says, "I bet if I take everything away from Job, he will, turn against you." And then God says, "You can do anything you want, but you can't harm him. You can't, kill Job." And then all of Job's, livestock is gone. His children are, pass away. His wife, and then his friends come. They're not that helpful either. But at the end, Job keeps the faith, man. I don't know if that's an allusion to Job right there, but it's something to ponder. And then second verse, "Will you guide me now? For I can't see a reason for the suffering in this long misery." I think that's kind of the thesis of the track, man. You hear this a lot, like, oh man, if God exists, why is there evil in this world? Why is there suffering? Why is there this? Why is there that? And Brett just kind of questions, what if every living soul could be upright and strong? Well, then I do imagine, and then we get the chorus, there will be sorrow. Yeah, there will be sorrow, and there will be sorrow no more. I think recognizing the fact that there's going to be sorrow in this life is something every human has to come to grips with at some point in their life, because death will come, hurt will come, pain will come. And then he goes in talking about the soldiers laying their weapons down, so no more wars, no more kings or queens. The only true Messiah rescues us from ourselves. It's easy to imagine. So I think Brett's kind of going to that place thinking, oh man, it would be great if this could happen, this or happen. But I think he, in his mind, he's saying, I don't think this will happen, so I gotta imagine it. So a lot of interesting stuff here, and a lot of, when atheists bring this up, I get it's a very tough concept to grasp. How is there evil in this world that there is a loving God? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I have all the answers as a Christian. What I do, man, quite simply, I kind of recognize the fact that, some of the evil, or a lot of this evil in this world comes from, I think, people themselves making selfish decisions, myself included in that. And then, of course, there's other instances where it's like, man, how could this happen? How could this person get ill? How could this happen? I mean, I have a chronic illness. I've lived in pain every day of my life since I was 14 years old, and that was a test of faith, man. I'll be honest. And through it all, though, for myself, God's been there. My faith in Him and in Christ has helped get me through a lot of dark times. But I think people got to recognize that that doesn't mean that the dark times aren't still going to be there. That's at least been my experience. And, I think that God's big enough to handle these types of questions too, whether you're, well, if you're an atheist, you don't believe anyway, but if you're a Christian and you're asking these type of questions, I think that you got to recognize that they've been asked many a time before by generations, before us, and that there is that aspect where at the end of the day, I think recognize you can't answer everything in this life, and you either gotta trust that you believe that God is omnipotent, He's all powerful, He can is working in ways that we don't imagine, and that's where I fall on the line of things. I get that it's tougher for some people to get there. I really do, and I want to be respectful to that while also recognizing that for me, my faith's really been powerful for me in my life. I've seen God move in ways even through my suffering and hurt. And we can't know everything that's always going on, because we're not all knowing to know, okay, this suffering didn't have any purpose at all. That's kind of what I always fall back onto. But everybody's different, man. I understand that totally. But for me, I think that I'm gonna be trusting in God, that He's got everything under control, even with the suffering, the heartache that is inevitable, the sin that reigns in the world through powers of ourselves and other people, man. So, anyways, this was a fun one to kind of dissect and go into. I want to shout out Matt for bringing this to me, man, to kind of talk about and kind of just just discuss some heavy topics, man. But that's what music can do and bring forth, and Bad Religion usually does that in a very intelligent way, as they did here. So, anyways, y'all, let me know what you think of the track down below, and until next time, I will see you.